Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On play action, Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. On first down, Wentz. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They're they're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On play action, it's Wentz. He'll buy some time right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with Gibson. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taylor now to return it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 39. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers, it's brought in complete. It's John Brown. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
And that'll set them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Wentz going to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's Wentz to throw. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. We'll see if Douglas picks it.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Chase Young. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
These two teams all tied after one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They're running it. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
The give is to Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Rodgers, a free play. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Rodgers' throw into the hands of Cobb. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Wentz now on 1st down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A handoff for Gibson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A huge play there for Washington. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Meanwhile, Rodgers throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. This will be caught once again by Brown. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Crosby puts it through.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is no good. He missed it.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The final shot before half for Wentz. And he will find his man Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, But I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down, Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Play action. Now Wentz. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the gun, it's Wentz.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
A run here for J.D. McKissick.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Now Wentz on 3rd down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Watkins here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. he did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run. It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Rodgers going to throw. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. Extra point try now for Crosby. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking...
On Wentz is intercepted yet again.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. From between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Second down and 5.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Here's Rodgers to throw.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first.
3 quarters have come and gone.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw is Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't believe their eyes. Or maybe part partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Rashawn Gary getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that run.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Now Jones. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw in here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
So that'll back him up 5. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Jones. And a good rally to the football there as it looks as if they're going to stop him a couple yards shy of the marker. He couldn't quite find the goal line, but a good run of 8 yards is going to make it an interesting 4th and goal now. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. This for the lead in the final stages. And Crosby puts it through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And his throw here is incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Back to throw. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now Wentz. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Wentz to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
To throw is Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Escaping the pressure right.
Completes it to Samuel.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to the ground with Gibson.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So